awake.
Awake? Strange. But I remember nothing. No name, no past. Just the weight of silence in my mind. But I wasn't the only one who woke up. He remembers nothing either. We moved like moths to a flame, drawn forward by instinct, not reason. On our path, we met strange creatures, twisted beasts born of mist. They moved like shadows, as if the fog itself had teeth. We had met the fire before, and somehow we understood it. I know how strange that sounds. But in this hollow world, it gave us something we'd lost. A purpose. The fire nourished us with its strength. Through it, we could shape the world, forging tools, giving stone the form we desired. It was more than warmth. It was power made visible. He said we had slept for too long, and that we needed a starting point, because the shroud was coming. Strange how we even know what to do, as if some unseen hand guides us, like puppets on strings woven from magic. But resources were limited. We had to explore the land, search every corner. The shroud was crawling with creatures, twisted things that should not exist. Still, we found wolves and goats, just enough to make it through another day. There was so much we needed here. It just wasn't always easy to see. We gathered whatever we could reach, digging, breaking, scavenging, anything to keep going. It took time, more than we expected. We moved from place to place, again and again. But time, it moved quietly, almost without us noticing. That flaming hammer was a blessing. I can't even imagine how long it would have taken without it. It was a good thing I wasn't alone. Each of us had something to do, and that made all the difference. It cost us time and more. But now we have shelter, a place the beasts can't reach. Another morning came. We set out again, deeper into this part of the cursed world, into the shroud. There were resources we needed, scattered among the ruins and rot, but it was dangerous. Every step felt borrowed. Time was slipping away. The shroud gnawed at us with every breath, like it wanted to devour us completely. But something burned within, and that fire refused to let us go so easily. The battles in this place were brutal and frequent, but somehow we endured. Even the monsters carried valuable resources. We learned to use everything, even the shroud's own spores, turning them into tools for our craft. The fire told us we were not alone, that other souls still lingered here, souls that could aid us on our journey. So we set out once more, searching for the one who might still remember who they were. We found the ancient vault the flame spoke of, but it was no sanctuary. This place was crawling with a different kind of creature. They were more alive, more aggressive. Before we could reach the soul we came for, we couldn't just walk past such valuable resources. We had never seen so many in one place before. It took time and effort, but we managed not only to save him, we also walked away with a good stock of valuable resources. He called himself Oswald Anders. We looked too soft in his eyes, too breakable, but he taught us how to craft armor, to turn weakness into something that could endure. The flame burned brighter, almost joyful, when we saved that soul. But there were others still lost. Oswald warned us. To stop the shroud from spreading further, we had to destroy its heart, even if it only bought us time. And so we fall, straight into death's waiting arms. Lower and lower we descended. The mist grew thicker with every step. Breathing became harder, though I couldn't tell if it was the shroud or the fear tightening around my chest. At the very bottom, a monstrous construct awaited us, a guardian of this place's heart. It stood between us and the source of the shroud. It was strong, massive, but far too slow for us. While I kept it busy, drawing its rage, Dayreth, as he called himself, picked it apart piece by piece from a distance. It's done. The construct is defeated, and with the shroud's heart destroyed, we can finally breathe freely again. We wiped out the last of the local beasts. Then, sensing the flames ripple in the air, we were able to shift through space and return to its light. Then the flame sent us in search of its scattered sparks, so we could better harness its power. But as always, obstacles rose to meet us along the way. The road was thorny. Each step challenged us, testing our will to press on. We tried different tactics, but not all of them proved effective. Along the way, we also discovered the beginnings of a new shroud sea, a dark swell slowly spreading, waiting to consume more. There was something unnatural about this mist, something wrong. But one thing was clear: we had to stop it. But the mist here proved far too deadly. Perhaps this is what the flame meant, that it must grow stronger if we're to face greater enemies ahead. Eventually, we discovered the altar, watched over by several enormous bats. They were fierce, but no real threat to us. Near the altar, we found a note. A tender farewell letter between a man and a woman, written in the face of the approaching shroud, filled with hope to spend their final moments together. At least, they died together.